Hi, my name is Catherine Darnell, and I'll be your host today as we dive into the mysteries of the supernatural world. Joining me for a glimpse of the unknown is my guest, Patricia Baker. Patricia is a successful paranormal researcher who has written several books and has her own radio show called Supernatural Girlz, where she interviews everyone from CIA test subjects to modern-day witches and everything in between. Patricia, thank you so much for taking the time to come meet with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's a pleasure being here, Catherine. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming. So I've actually listened to a few of your radio shows, and I found them very interesting. How exactly did you get into this profession?
It's been a part of my life forever. As long as I can remember, I was always seeing things as a kid. The typical story that you hear from a lot of psychic mediums. I could see things other people could not see, and I could hear what they had to say. So it always made me a little different. I was always a little reluctant to also share that way back then. Whereas now, people have come to accept the paranormal in a much bigger way. Thank goodness.
Good, I'm glad. So I know it's important for you to keep your audience feeling accepted and respected.
Yes.
That shows in your logo where paranormal is normal.
Exactly.
How big exactly is the community of paranormal listeners?
It's enormous. Now, just from my show alone, we have about 1.5 million listeners. It's a significant audience number. That doesn't also include all of the podcasts that they download on their own time. So it's a large audience.
Yeah.
And it's a very smart audience,
Yeah.
which is great. I say we always have the best audience in paranormal and the smartest, and we do.
I know from listening that they always somehow stump the person that you're interviewing.
They do, and then my guests say, why didn't you warn me that you have such smart people in your audience? That's how it is.
Yeah. So what are some challenges that people who believe in the paranormal field experience?
It's about acceptance. It's about being able to speak with their friends about it and not be made fun of. And thank goodness television media has helped that along because there are so many ghost hunter shows as well as just paranormal shows like Supernatural. And they're all scripted and they're great. Vampire Diaries was a big one. And so it's kind of helped the whole subject matter come along, and people are less likely to put down people who believe in the paranormal.
That's really good.
Yes.
So you have a large audience, but you also have a large house. Or a better word is probably castle.
Yes.
It's stunning.
Thank you.
I've read on your website, though, that there have been a lot of paranormal experiences during construction. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. We call it the Haunted Castle. And even before it was built, we had hired two big burly guys to go and do some clearing for the foundation. And they were staying in a trailer at night. So they'd work all day, and then they'd go in their trailer at night. But they didn't last long because one night they heard something pounding on the door of the trailer. And it scared them to death because this is out in the middle of nowhere. And they looked outside the window and they saw red glowing eyes staring back at them. That was the last we saw of them. They were gone after that. That's just one example.
So much for big and burly, huh?
Yeah, I know, really. They were terrified. So.
And didn't you have some experiences yourself?
We've had a lot of experiences, yes, especially with our trail cams, because we have trail cams up and down the driveway. And so we're able to pick up any motion. It takes beautiful photographs. We've had some very strange things appear on our driveway. Orbs of light that are enormous that go across the whole driveway. And we have one picture of a coyote standing in front of the orb. And it is amazing because the coyote's hair is standing on end.
It could sense it.
And it could see it. And then you can see the photographs as they just keep moving forward. This thing was in motion. What it is, I can't say for sure, but it was definitely paranormal.
Definitely paranormal.
Yes.
So, last question. What is your favorite paranormal story that you've heard? I know there's probably tons, but
I have hundreds. There are so many. You're really putting me on the spot with that question. I would say one of my favorite stories is the Carl Higdon UFO abduction story, because there was real proof. Carl went out elk hunting one day, and he came across a herd of elk.
wow.
He took a shot with his big rifle. The bullet came out of the rifle and hit something that he couldn't see, turned inside out, fell to the ground. And then he was
Wow.
contacted, he was approached by some type of very strange alien creature who
That's
said,
crazy.
"Do you want to come with us?"
Oh my God.
He said he felt he could not refuse.
Oh man.
That was just the beginning of the Carl Higdon story.
That's so interesting. Well, that's all the time we have for right now. Patricia, thank you so much for joining us. This has been quite the supernatural experience.
My pleasure.
I'm your host, Catherine Darnell, and thanks for watching.